5-minute WordPress tune-up to speed up your WordPress installation. Since WordPress is a popular content management system with many free plugins or paid plugins even, first thing to do when I optimize a WordPress site is I want to see the plugins. I have to ask myself, okay, some plugins, they are absolutely important for WordPress functionality. But sometimes some plugins that you may be using, let's say the popular one, insert code into header and footer and so on. But you could have easily added that code to your WordPress theme through your web host. What I'm saying to you is, first place to look is the plugins. And ask yourself, do you absolutely need the plugin that you're using? If so, keep it. If not, say, okay, you know what, can I accomplish the same thing by using different methods? Because each plugin installed adds a burden to your WordPress site. Then, what you want is, you want to log into your web host and double check the PHP version that you're using. Because some web hosts, they end up using outdated PHP version instead of the latest one. So what you want is, you want to use the latest one. But if you make this tweak, as in change the PHP version and apply changes, you then want to double check your WordPress site to see if everything is functioning correctly. If not, simply revert back to the version that you're using without any issues, okay? Then let's go and see what else you can do. Let's press on File Manager and let's go to public_HTML. Here, simply enable Show Hidden Files. Each WordPress installation will have an error log. What you want is, you want to download that. First, download it to your local computer. Then, open it up, perhaps using Notepad, Microsoft Notepad. Here, you want to look at persistent errors, because some plugins or even themes, they may be coded incorrectly. And if that's the case, you want to check the error log. At this moment, this could be technical, but nonetheless, if the WordPress is having an error or a warning, or there's a problem in the error log, that means each time website visitor visits your website, the WordPress is not functioning correctly. So if you do have technical skills, you want to perhaps investigate. But since you're using WordPress, you then want to update your plugins, because plugin developers often fix the problems anyway. Then what you want is, you want to highlight everything and delete the error log, because you've analyzed it, you checked everything, then save it. So now that's an error log, but it's empty. Then from your cPanel, what you can do is actually upload the empty one and overwrite the current error log. So let's go back, let's see what happens. As you can see, that's basically an empty file, because over time that gets heavier and heavier. And since when someone visits and there is a problem, there's an error, the server needs to write that. That's why you want to have that clean and regularly check that. As you can see, 15 megabytes, that burdens the WordPress load to a degree. Then you have .htaccess file. Each WordPress installation will have this file. What you want is, you want to view or even download a backup and edit. Here you can see there's a WordPress directives here. In this example, it's below other code. What you want is you want your WordPress site to load first instead of all the other things that you may see here. As you can see, this is related to perhaps security as an authorization. So we want WordPress to load first and then the other directives. Because this file is important, there is many opportunities here, but I'm just showing you an easy option that you can double check and implement on your WordPress site. Then save changes. If there are issues with permalinks, as in .htxs file, go to settings, permalinks, and just save changes. And let's refresh the file to see what happens. Okay, begin WordPress first. I'll show you my local file before we move on from .htxs file. Within this file, what you can do, instead of using caching plugins and all that stuff, thinking that it's helping your WordPress site, you can actually just use mod expires or mod headers. So instead of using a plugin for caching, you can just add the code and set the expiration date, as in caching, accordingly instead of using a plugin. And as I've said, WordPress should load first and then other directives. Okay, what else can I show you? Each WordPress site has wp-config.php on your web server. Okay, let's close out of these. Okay, there's a file here called wp-config.php. Okay, so you can edit that. That file has your database information, so WordPress can load. But what you can do easily is just remove the comments. Okay, I'm doing it tediously, but there is many different ways to accomplish this. As in, you may be able to use regular expressions, but that's too technical. So let's actually do that to keep this video short. And remove the empty lines, like so. Because this is the file that gets called upon after .htxs file for WordPress to load. So what you want is you want this file to be as clean as possible, without any comments, without any empty lines. Quick and easy method. You can also define memory limit. This is perhaps for the dashboard, as in when you're working on the site, increasing the memory limit may be ideal. Okay, so actually I'll show you that as well. So you're in luck, because I'm sharing great tips and insights with you that not many so-called SEO people know about. What we want is, we want that PHP version. Where is it? Select PHP version. When you select PHP version, you have options here. You can increase some memory limit depending on your WordPress installation. As you can see, memory limit 256, but your server may allow you to have higher limits. Okay, so wp-config, you want to clean that file. But as you can see, towards the end of that file, WordPress then calls this particular file called wp-settings.php. This file here. You can do the same thing, as in clean the comments, because these files are called upon. So you want that to be clean as possible. Okay, so it's a bit of tedious work if you're doing it manually. But if you do have the skills, then there is regular expressions. You can quickly search and replace these comments. Program to do that is Notepad++. You can use this free program to clean up comments for important files that gets called upon each time WordPress loads. There's another one called wp-load.php. These three files I tend to clean up all the time because it's important. It's a little optimization method, but when you combine all these techniques, it's gonna speed up your WordPress site better than if you don't do it, okay? So let me wrap it up. PHP version, you want to make sure you're using the stable latest version of PHP. Then double check your website. You want to investigate plugins and ask yourself, do you absolutely need to use it? And can you accomplish what the plugin is doing through your web server? As in, perhaps you can just add the code to your themes folder, perhaps in header.php and so on, or even in the footer section. Always check the plugins. Then you have the error log. You want to investigate this regularly, because if the errors are happening each time someone visits your website, then that's not good. And then clean up the file regularly and upload it back to the server. .htxs file, you should have WordPress code at the top, so WordPress loads first. Okay, let's close out of that. Then wp-config.php, you want to clean the comments. The wp settings.php, you want to clean the comments. And wp-load.php, you want to clean the comments. As I've said, you can increase the memory limit so WordPress uses more resources. Yeah. These are quick and easy methods that any WordPress site owner can utilize to tune up and perhaps, conduct regular maintenance on your WordPress site. If you like this video and you want to see more similar videos on Rank Your YouTube channel, please do share it and give it a like, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.